Hi students, you have learned the various stages of computerized problem solving at the starting of this chapter. The stages in computerized problem solving are problem definition, problem analysis, design of solution, coding, testing and debugging, code maintenance. Problem definition means understand the given problem. Read the question and understand what it is. What are the things we need to find out? Then second one, problem analysis. Problem analysis means we need to check need to find out what are all the inputs and what are all the output in the problem. For example, sum of two numbers. What will be the input? Two numbers are the input and sum is the output. Like that, we need to find out what are all the inputs and what are all the outputs in your problem. Third one, design of solution. Design tools are algorithm and flowchart. After understanding the problem, you need to write the algorithm and draw the flowchart. Then, after writing the algorithm, we need to convert that algorithm into a program using one programming language, that is called coding. Coding means convert that algorithm into program. Then that is we need to write that program using one programming language. This year we are using C++ for writing the program. Then after typing the program to the computer, what is the next step? We need to check, is there any errors in that program? That is called testing and debugging. Today we are discussing about this testing and debugging. That is the fifth stage in this computerized problem solving. Testing and debugging. What is testing? Testing means executing the program and checking the logic by entering sample data to check the output. We need to check after executing the program. We need to check your program is correct or wrong. Suppose you are doing the product of two numbers. Then how can we check? You can give the input. You can give some sample input. Suppose you are giving 4 and 3 as the input. Then if you are getting the output 12, then you can assume that your program is correct because 4 into 3 is equal to 12. That you already know. Then like that you can check your program. You can test your program. That is called testing. Testing means executing the program and checking the logic by entering sample data to check the output. Then what is debugging? This debugging is doing before this testing. Then what is debugging? Finding and correcting the program code mistakes or errors. Debug means, what is a bug? Yeah, it is an insect. Okay. Debug means remove that bug from your program. Remove the bug from your program. That is called debugging. That is remove the errors from your program. Find out the errors, find out the bugs and remove that bugs from your program, or finding the errors and remove the errors from your program. That is called debugging. Then next we can check what are all the different types of errors may happen in your program. First, different types of errors are syntax error, semantic error, logic error, compile time error and runtime error. First one, syntax error. What is a syntax error? In each programming language has some syntax. For writing the program, some rules are there. In C++, one rule is there. Java, another rule is there. Each programming language, its own rules is there. That rule is called syntax. Then violating that rule means that will be an error. That is the definition of syntax error. Syntax error occurs when grammatical rules of programming language is violated. Then, these syntax errors are detected at the time of compilation. Then, for example, suppose you need to assign 10 to the variable a. That is, a is equal to 10. That a is equal to 10 is writing in the C++. Say like this, a is equal to 10, then one semicolon. Then if you are not putting this semicolon, that is a syntax error, because this is the syntax for assigning value to a variable. Variable is equal to value, then semicolon. That is the syntax in C++. Then if you are not putting this semicolon, that is a grammatical mistake or syntax error in C++. That is syntax error. This syntax error occurs when violating the grammatical rules of the programming language or violating the syntax of the programming language. Then second one, semantic errors. These semantic errors occurs due to the improper use of statement. Improper use of statement. For example, y is equal to a plus b. What is the meaning of y is equal to a plus b? A and b are adding and assigning to the variable y. Means, then if you are writing a plus b is equal to y instead of y is equal to a plus b, what will happen? A and b are adding, but it is not assigning to the variable y. That is a semantic error. Then, next third one, logic errors. An error which occurs due to the wrong use of logic. Example, if we write n is equal to n into 2 instead of n is equal to n plus 2, that is a logic error. If logic error is there, it is not showing in the result. It will show some result, but the result will be wrong. For example, you need to find the product of two numbers. Then, product is equal to a into b. We need to write it as, if you are writing product is equal to a plus b, what will happen? It will give some result, but that result will be wrong. For example, we are giving 4 and 3 as a and b, then we need to get the output 12. But if you are writing product is equal to a plus b, what will happen? It is not showing an error at the time of compilation. But you won't get the correct output. You will get the answer 7 for product of 4 and 3. That is an error. That type of error, wrong use of logic, that type of error is called logic errors. Then fourth one, compile time errors. That is, all the errors occurs at the time of compilation are called compile time errors. All errors, all syntax errors and some semantic errors are detected by the compiler and which generate a message indicating the type of error and position of error in the program. Means that errors in this compiler showing the line number of the error. Suppose in your program, in the 5th line error is happening. Then compiler is showing some errors. That in line number 5 there is an error and there is a semicolon missing. Like that it is showing the message also. That is, the compiler is showing the message like that, that a message of type of the error and position of the error in the program, that line number, in which line the error is happening. What type of error is declaration syntax error or semicolon missing. Like that the type of error is also showing. Then it is easy to correct the errors. That type of error is called compile time errors. Errors occurs at the time of compilation. That is called compile time errors. Then fifth one, runtime error. What's the meaning of runtime? Runtime means execution time. During the execution of the time, some errors may occur. Such errors are called runtime error. Execution time error are called runtime error. These are the different types of errors. First one, syntax error. Second one, semantic error. Third one, logic error. Fourth one, compile time error. Fifth one, runtime error. Syntax error means the syntax error occurs when grammatical rules of programming language is violated or syntax of the programming language is violated. Then this syntax error is showing at the time of compilation. Then semantic error occurs due to the improper use of statement. So for example, if you are writing instead of y is equal to a plus b, if you are writing a plus b is equal to y, then that is an error. That is semantic error. Logic error means improper use of logic or wrong use of logic. Compile time errors occurs at the time of compilation. Runtime error means this type of runtime errors occurs at the time of execution. These are the different types of errors. This find out the errors and correcting the errors are called debugging. After debugging the program, we need to test the program. Then what is testing? Testing means executing the program and checking the logic by entering sample data to check the output. That is testing.